Hello and welcome to What's Map for Cities Skylines, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. There are thousands of items on the workshop now, so finding the right one for your next city build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review some using our 5-star rating and the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture out to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. BonBon here, how you doing? Right, it's Tuesday, it's the last Tuesday before Christmas, and I hope you're excited. I'm not, but I'm a humbug. I'm a BonBon humbug. So yes, anyway, I have got an early Christmas present for one creator, because it is the request day today. It's a creator request. And this reminds me in some way of my first map, Merrickstowe, in terms of style and certainly in terms of theme. But is it anything special for this creator? Well, I'm going to let them tell you. Tell me.
It's my first map.
Finally! The editing in today's show is right off point, I'm sorry. Yes, it's their first map. Now, if you like first maps, well, here's your opportunity to show your appreciation for first maps by doing this. That's right, clicking the like button really does show your support, helps me to grow a little bit more every day. Thank you very much for taking the effort to hit that button. So let's do this now. And we fly off to Asset World for something we don't see very often these days, and that's a park. Since the inclusion of Park Life DLC, where we're all building our own parks in game, little parks like this made in the asset editor, well, they're becoming a rarity. But this is a beauty, made by Core 79 Park Weg or Park Veg 4x6. Those little signs in the middle there, you can't really see them from here, but if you get up close enough, they do say City Park. I like the way it's been designed. You can actually put this in the middle of like 4 places and have it like a little walkthrough. It's really nicely designed. We're going to use it as a walkthrough just at 2 ends, and I'll put trees on either side just for detailing purposes. You don't get those trees on the edges, just the trees within the hedges. Oh, that almost rhymes. So anyway, Parkweg 4x6 by Core 79. Today's very nice, lovely parky asset of the day. We head off to Themington Islands now for a little bit of this week's theme and LUT combo. And I've got things in the wrong order. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This should have been yesterday's clip. I'm completely not with it at the moment. My editing skills have just gone out the window. Anyway, it's the SCT Industrial by Rafa. That's the Stray Cats theme, Industrial by Rafa, with the Relight Lush LUT. And we'll do a couple of factoids because, frankly, don't want to look at my editing at the moment. It's really off key. Table tennis. Table tennis was originally played with a cork ball. Bing bong. And then cricket, the lovely genteel English game of cricket. What could be so wrong with a game of cricket? Well, it was outlawed in 1477 by King Edward the hang on a second, IV. Yeah, I know my Roman numerals. I do. King Edward the IV outlawed it. Okay, now let's head back to today's map. Now, as I said, it's a creator request. It's been on the list a long time. It does remind me in style of my first map, Merrickstowe. So if you see the same, do let me know in the comments. It's MsV's Primero by Vera. Now, I've got to tell you, I love the name Vera. There's not enough people called Vera these days. And yes, I've got to say, I applaud that name. What we got here, we've got the Start Square. Start Square's got everything you need in it. No problem with that. And then if we go and have a look at the resources, looks perfect for the Industrial DLC. So I'm glad to see that. Let's head up for a look at the workshop. Now, we've got the New Caledonia No Blue Sea theme, which I didn't even know existed until today. And then the Sea New LUT. And there's a few other bits on there to read up on. But there is a collection, a one-click collection, that is quite hearty. There's quite a lot on here. Feel free to use the pause button to have a look through here. Of course, the link to the map and the description and the collection are in the description. So you can go and have a look at that in your own time as well. With all that amount of assets and stuff, I'm expecting a highly detailed and beautiful map. Now, this is where my editing's gone to pot. Don't know why I've re-included this. We should have gone straight into the roads. But while we're here, I will let you know that not only have I messed up the early part, I messed up the middle part, I messed up an end part as well. You know, we normally go and have a look at the rivers and the water flow. Yeah, I haven't. But looking at these rivers, I suspect we've got a water source up on the hills on the left there. I see a little bit of a problem with the link river between, you know, see where it cuts off up and cuts off down. And then you've got Link River linking the two. I think that's going to be a water flow problem there. And it does, well, I don't know. I'm benefit of the doubt because I can't check it now. Okay? Benefit. We're just going to assume the rivers are good. Alright? I don't know that they are, but I'm assuming that they are. So anyway, here we are down at ground level. Finally down at ground level. We have pretty good standard of roads throughout, actually, this map. It's not so bad. The Caledonia theme is obviously the theme that I use. I've used a different version of it. What we've got here, we have got our first intersection. We've got some very nice little floral detailing. Will they get enough sun under there? I think they would over the course of the day, you know. I think whoever planted those there, I would have preferred if I was doing all this work not to be working under the intersection. Like it off to one side, somewhere where maybe the people driving could see them. But there you go. Then we'll carry on towards our first bridge. Now this bridge has got a real vanilla feel to it because obviously it's a vanilla bridge, but it's the third link in the bridge that kind of throws it out to me. I'd rather see just two connected together or just a single span. The third span, I don't know, it just doesn't. Maybe I just haven't seen a third span suspension bridge. I don't know. Okay, this next bridge, the bridges that are like this over the river are very nice indeed. I swoop it over, and I'm not even giving it a second look. It is that anonymous. And anonymous is good. It means there's nothing really to notice. And that means it can't be bad. Down here we've got a very nice bit of detailing down here in the potential start square roundabout, not the start square. And I do like the way the rail has been done here with this boxed in bit. We have got a bit of a dip to get down to it, but the boxed in bridge section, I quite like that over the road. Very tidy piece of detailing, and I appreciate that one. I can see that's been done deliberately, and that little bit of extra effort could easily go unnoticed. Like these swooping road bridges over the river could easily go unnoticed. It's just like an ordinary bridge, and it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. So doesn't get a word. Could have had a tiny little bit of a cutting there, just a slight bit of a hill going on. Then we've got something interesting. We've got the highway that crosses over another highway. You can get from one to the other. We have seen instances recently where you can't get from one to the other. Looks a bit low, but it's actually high enough, but only just. And then we'll follow the highway. Excuse me. We will get to that highway in a minute. We will, I promise. We've got here an intersection, nicely detailed, nice mix of trees there. Okay, it takes us down to an industrial area, because everybody loves the vanilla factories, don't they? Don't they? Does anybody? Does anybody at all like those abandoned factories? No, me neither. Hit the subscribe button now, go on, I dare you. Okay, right, what have we got now? Unless you've subscribed already, in which case hit it twice. Just subscribe and unsubscribe and subscribe again. A little bit of a wibble on this bit of highway here. I've had the similar problems. I know people have said it's overuse of the Move It tool, and other people have said it's the use of the Find Road tool. I don't know. I had the same problem with St Catherine's Point and had perfectly straight highways. Actually tested, then loaded the game up and uploaded it, and got slight wibbling in my highways in certain locations. It's so I'm still going to make a note of it, but I'm aware how easy it is to slip through. Don't know what causes that. A little bit of a minor terrain glitch here where the highway comes back down to ground, but it's not a big problem. Not a big problem at all. Then we've got the start square intersection, once again tidily detailed, and the highway just goes straight on, and that's where you can start building. We could head off to the right, but if we go left, we will get to that original highway that we went over, so we can go under it. Once again, an anonymous road over river bridge under the highway, which looks absolutely fine. Nice detailing along sides of the road, again with the trees, nice and tidy. Then we've got this canyon where the hills are just huge, absolutely massive, way too big for my liking. And then we got some shark's teeth. I don't believe this was done by design. If it was done by design, I'm not sold on it. I'm not sold on it. Got a couple of laybys put in there with highway ramps as well. But yes, it's supposed to be a scenic area for a little pull-in, I imagine. But it just doesn't do it for me. I don't buy into it. I'm going to just ignore it. Let's have a look at the rail. Now, the rail is pretty good on the whole. We've got a little potential station there. The slopes are reasonably good. In some places you can see where the slopes have been tapered right at the very end, just before we go to the intermission. You will see us climbing a hill. I won't get a chance to talk about that one because my editing's so poor today. But yeah, you'll see us climbing a hill, and I don't buy into it. Like this bridge, I'm not really buying into this. I know it probably has to be that high for shipping to get under it, but I don't like the way it's been tapered up. Maybe a tunnel would have been better. And so when we get to the end of this clip here, I don't buy the way we're climbing up into the mountains either. But at least an attempt has been made to do a smooth transition up into the mountains. Speaking of smooth transitions, there's one coming along in a moment. Straight into today's intermission. I hope you're ready for it. I'm not.
Want to add a custom hedge maze to your park but don't have the time to build one? Why not try BonBonB's modular hedge maze set? This guide will show you how to select and use the right units. Click the information button below.
And so back to MsV's Primero by Vera. Shipping routes. Shipping routes, they're okay actually. They go the places that you want them to, the smooth curves. Got a little bit, I don't think that joins up. I don't think we'll have shipping actually cutting through there. I'm not sure if they will. I think it has to be a connected up line. Going under here looks a bit low, and there'll be a bit of a clipping on that pillar on the right hand side there. And then it's all really reasonable. This bridge, I think it's high enough. It's a bit tight with that pillar, but I think it's high enough, possibly. It could be slightly smoother lines, but it's all good. It comes under here. This looks a bit low as well. And if we go off this way, that looks a bit low. And that might be... Ooh, it's all very tight, you know. I think advanced vehicle options is the way to go. Get some smaller ships. I think so. I forgot to record the water flow, so we'll just presume that it's good. I imagine that it's good. My gut instinct is that we have water flow apart from that one river, but it's not in the start square, so as it's not in the start square, it's not the biggest of problems. Loads of trees. I don't really buy into there's no transition between the beach and the fields there. Just it's painted. The work on these hills, though, on the mountains, is actually quite nice. The tree painting's been done in the right places, and so I can buy into it. I just think the mountains are a little bit on the ominous side, huge side. This water source I don't really buy into. You look at how would that water get to be like that? There's not going to be runoff from mountains. And how would it cut a canyon like this? I just don't buy into that at all. We've got the waterfall coming off the other side. That, for me, that water crewing up there would have cut down this side. Would have cut off that way, some way, rather than try and force a way through that canyon. Not realistic, but we have some nice rock detailing. And this is a water source. That water source I'm more interested in. Anyway, this merges down here. This is where your rivers start. We could go left. Yeah, we're going left. And, oh, look, we got a mouse. It's a mouse. Hello, mouse. Bit of squeaky detailing there. This is the river that I feel might be the one with detailing issue. Sorry, water flow issue. Then we got this. I just find this ugly. This hill here doesn't really do anything at all for me, apart from take up build space. I just don't really buy it at all. These hills are more like it. Look, they're tiered. They're tapered, they're gentle inclines. These are buildable areas and also quite aesthetically pleasing as well. And the build planes seem to be tiered and tapered also. We've got kind of like khaki painting as well. Yes. What we got down here? We've got a couple of farms, but that's it. That's the entire map. That's all you get. It looks like it should be more. So that is a little bit distracting for me. Rather than adding to the map, I kind of like distracts. Here's your start square anyway. And start square looks relatively flat, definitely workable. That's all good, I guess. Down here we've got lots of... I kind of like this area, although once again you can't build this. This is more aesthetically pleasing than the previous hills we were looking at. This rock working, yeah, okay. Yeah. I've got these rocks, what shall I do with them? Up here, this is quite a pretty area as well. I think this is a very nicely done area. There's some areas that are really, really quite nice. Other areas, and again, this lake, it has to be a man-made lake. It doesn't make any sense to be anything else. I guess it needs a parking base? Maybe? Lined out by those logs? But if we were going to park up there, and I'm just going to drive our little 4x4 up here, and it's... oh, crikey. First gear. Yeah. Maybe it's just the picnic area. I don't know. I don't know what those logs are for, laid like this. We do have a very nice castle. Looks like a guitar. A guitar-sal. Oh dear. It's not a bad castle, actually. It's not a bad castle. It's very aesthetic. Once again, aesthetically pleasing. Got the double path running down the middle here. A little glitching in between. Can't do much about that, though. Short of literally moving it a little bit closer together. And the detailing is interesting, if not believable. But it's interesting and aesthetically very pleasing. And that is what matters. It's all about being pretty. Let's have a skedaddle around the edge of the map. Lots of beaches. Oh, and we've got some islands. Maybe one of these islands could be a BonBonB island. I do hope so. Maybe not that one. This one, possibly. Something about that one. I quite like that one. I might come back and have a look at that one, actually. This one's a bit small. This one is a bit boring. That one. This one, 2 tiers. Ooh, tempting. Oh no, but it's not an island. It's connected by highway, so ignore that. Let's go with that first island that we had a look at. Which one was it? It was down here. Not that one, not this one. This one is quite a nice looking island. Oh look, we've got a shipwreck as well. Oh, I do like a shipwreck. Something about this island sells itself to me. I don't know what it is. I can't work it out. Oh, hang on, there's a message. And the message is to hit that little I button in the top left-hand corner, top right-hand corner. And I'm going to tell you that this message is wrong. It's not episode 505. It's episode 506. No, it's not. 508. There we are. Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your votes really do count. It goes towards the end of the month, the Viewers' Choice Awards. Please get this map into the top 10. That'd be amazing, wouldn't it? Okay, we're off to vote land now. I reckon aesthetically, sadly, see, I would like to give this I'd like to give it a 4 stars for aesthetics, but overall, despite some 4-star areas, I'm struggling to even quite get. It's a low 3 or a high 2. I've got to give it a high 2. I can't quite squeeze a 3rd star out of it. The detailing across the whole is very good indeed. For me, it's a middle to high 3. Not quite a 4, but a middle to high 3 is the best we can do there. For gameplay potential, yes. Okay, definitely playable. The question mark over the river, that's my fault and not Vera's fault. I reckon I can give this a solid 4 stars for gameplay potential. So there we are. MsV's Primero by Vera. A really quite nice map. Just needs a little bit more polish, a little bit more practice, and she's going to be producing some really nice stuff indeed. Especially, like I say, it reminds me of Merrick's though, which means that she's at least at the standard that I was when I produced the map that I was super pleased with. So she's got talent. She has, because she reminds me of me. Well, thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing. There's an old map on screen now to go and have a look at if you want to have another vote on another map from a year ago. And I will see you tomorrow for another map in the What's Map series. Have a great day, and I'm going to have a great day. I'm going to have a great day.